All right. What is up? How's it going? Welcome. Blue Foundation, Green Giants, Deep Red Alliance to another Monday gains week. Checking out what cryptos from last week, what deep reds from last week made us some gains in the past week or so. Then we, of course, got our news. We got our deep reds. Appreciate everybody jumping on in on a Monday. Hopefully you guys are starting off the week good. Strong mindset, good intentions to begin the week. Thanks for hitting the like. Thanks to any new subscribers helping us get to 6K. Thanks to any new members to the channel that are joining in. Once again, signing up for a membership, you can ask as many questions as you like. We have different levels of memberships, but any level of membership, you get to ask as many questions as you like in the chat. If you're a gray or a blue wrench and you want me to answer a question or have any cryptos that you want me to do some research into, that requires a donation at least of 99 cents or higher. So I appreciate everybody's support to the channel and for jumping on in. Already starting off with 4 likes for the noon stream. Shout out to everybody here. We got El Prey. Let's start the week off with a bang, without a doubt. Let's go. Silver Days in the house. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a pro trader, and I'll never tell you what to do. I am always wrong, but the Blue Foundation is always right. This is the worst show with the best community, and I'm so grateful to the best community jumping on in again. Another week, another dollar, another crypto accumulating. Shout out to you, El Prey. Shout out to Silver Days. We got Green Giants all over the place. Turple Nurple in the house. OB in the house. AM Wood in the house. Let's go, guys. I appreciate you guys. Okay. So we got some news to start off the week. Not too much news, man. Last week's news, I think we were spoiled there with some of the smart technology and the new innovative products that have been getting released. But we do have some news in correlation to some big tech and then, some projects. Then we jump into, some new kids on the block, some gains on the week, right? Cryptos that have made us gains in the past week from our deep reds, and then the deep reds as we go along. And I got about a good, full page of deep reds for you guys, going off my little notepad here that I write down all these notes. This is how I'm able to retain some of this info, you guys. I could do it off the cuff if I'd like, but it's much easier when I have a little bit of a, lesson plan for the day. XRP Master in the house. What's up, dude? Guys, if you guys are tuning in from XR or crypto coffee time with Uncle Buster and Berserker, please let me know. Love to give those guys a shout out, and I'm so grateful for their community who's been coming into ours. Funny thing is we've been doing this for 9 years, streaming daily, right? Talking deep reds, talking cryptos, and crypto coffee time is now looking like they're surpassing us big time, dude. They are killing it in terms of viewership and subscribers. Shout out to Berserker and Uncle Buster. Amazing, man. They have grown so damn fast. It's fantastic to just see the community growing on up. What's that? Oh man, who just laid like a morning dookie over here, man? So for us, some of us, it's already the noon, man. Man, mix. That's some stinky stuff, dude. That's some stinky stuff, dropping a little 99-cent dookie. What are you thinking, man? What did you have last night? Come on, man. We can't start off the week like that with the sloppy, slimy little dookie. Can't do that, man. Yeah, Uncle B and Berserker. Yeah, man. We've been supporting them since, their beginning days. I mean, shout out to them, man. Happy to see where their channel's grown and just to be able to jump onto their streams and them just being cool with it, man. I'm grateful for any reach that we can get into the shadow band that is this channel. And, shout out to them for the community they've built out there. What a fine extension of the Blue Foundation. Bullish choices in the house. XRP Master in the house. Sub Hank. I'm from India. Shout out to you, Sub Hank. My JR in the house. Man, that's unreal. People from India. Shout out to you. Grateful, guys. All right, guys. Well, without further ado, thanks for helping us get to close to 10 likes to start off the stream here. Start off the week right. Start off with bullishness. Start off with excitement, man. While the crypto space is going sideways or going deep reds or tanking or sentiment is getting low, infrastructure is being built underneath. Bullish moves are being made underneath. Sure, the price ain't showing for it, but one day this will be ruled by utility, this market, not just speculation alone, not just manipulation, not just this Wild West BS that we have been going through. We are going to get some regulations. We are going to get a mainstream adoption of digital assets. We're going to see the internet of value happening right before our very eyes. Slow motion lottery is in effect, but the flywheel is in effect as well. And that's going to be picking up some momentum. Dollars, we were freaking in XRP, for example, when it was moving pennies, right? And that would be, excitement. Now it's moving 10 cents at a time, right? Eventually moving dollars at a time, and then eventually moving hundreds of dollars at a time, and then, of course, reaching its stability as the de facto settlement layer infrastructure player. All right, let's go into some of the news for this week, guys. I appreciate everybody's jumping on in, starting the week off right. Appreciate the likes, helping us shine light into the shadow band that is this channel. We've been doing it for 9 years. Only got 5,000 subs to show for it. You're going to see the type of energy we bring if you're tuning in for the first time. This is what we do on the daily, trying to be good stewards of the internet of value here, trying to not leave the world behind, but bring them along with us. So for the news today, we got Aqua Foundation, or Aqua One Foundation, investing, or, known for investing in World Liberty Foundation $100 million, has now invested in Naoris. I don't know the details of the amount they have invested in Naoris, but you got to love seeing Naoris getting any semblance of investment whatsoever. Good to see this cybersecurity layer that's going to be absolutely essential. Naoris doing some things with AI swarm technology, allowing for devices to keep auditing each other 24/7, 365, making them, essential cybersecurity play, high intensive security, making machines reliable, right? Because if you have a compromised machine, you have a compromised agentic agent. If you have a compromised agent, you got a compromised system. You want cybersecurity at its best, and Naoris built for that post-quantum world. Very NIST aligned cryptography, NAORS, still in our deep red, still one of our cryptos of choice at around 3 cents, 4 billion supply, right? Very excited to see what this cybersecurity layer is going to do in the Internet of Things, and when everything is machine to machine and everything is agent payments, what's Naoris going to be doing? We got Google unveiling Universal Commerce Protocol, UCP, allowing shoppers to buy through AI chatbots and search interfaces. Guys, this is leading to, now you can just bye-bye cashiers. We already talked about last week with, the smart shopping, smart cart that Amazon introduced. Now you got Google trying to one-up Amazon and going, hey, you can do purchases through your AI chatbots now and search interfaces. Forget going to the websites, and through the websites, the AI chatbot will make the payment for you. That's pretty amazing, right? Say you want to buy something off Amazon or through eBay, right? Now you'll just have that added in your AI chat cart, and you freaking check it out. This is going to lead to AI agents, guys. People will do everything through these AI chatbots, right? And eventually these AI chatbots start to become people, right? Start to become androids, right? Start to become, AI agents representing for you, your digital twins, right? In the agentic commerce. This is just another step. This is big news. Universal Commerce Protocol, UCP. This isn't a crypto. It's just a protocol from Google allowing shoppers to buy through AI chatbots and search interfaces. Think about how we even got to AI, right? And AI apps and the AI chatbots. We went from the search interfaces first, right? We started using Google Search, Yahoo, Ask Jeeves, right? In the early internet days. Eventually, Google just started taking a ton of that, right? And look how forward thinking they are yet again, right? Because search started going into, now you just ask an AI bot a question instead of going to the search engine, right? The AI does the searching for you. You ask the question, it gives you the answer, and even gives you options, right? Now the AI chatbots are going to be doing everything with Universal Commerce Protocol, allowing shoppers to buy through their AI chatbots. And I think they're trying to establish for all types of AI chatbots, right? And search interfaces. I think they're trying to lock this down as their thing. Yeah, bro, ask.com, Ask Jeeves. There was hopes. Hey, man, I like to Ask Jeeves more than Google. But hey, Google ended up winning out, right? This leads to Androids, I think. This leads to, more AI agent commerce, right? It's just the beginning, right? We're seeing dominoes falling right before our very eyes. Let me catch up with the chat as we go into the next segment here. When does my egg hatch, Giants? I think in about a month. Or so, Lark Macy. After a month of being a green giant, right? You'll go into the little toddler green giant phase. So I think it's a month by month thing, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, different levels require a different amount of months, but I think to crack out of the egg, I think it's a month. What's up, Spencer Blackburn? Good to see you. All right, guys, let's go into the gains of the past week. We got 3 gains, right? We got 3 digital assets that have made some good ones. Here we have XEN 008, 15%, right? XEN, Onyx coin, man, BlackRock coin, as they like to call it, right? XEN at 008, 15%, still a good value at 008, but 15% in the past 20 or in the past 7 days after we were shouting it out. We got HNS. I like the X cryptos, man. X's. Give me all the X's, man. HNS at 005, 18%. Handshake token, man. We've been talking about that one recently. One of a kind crypto. Can't sleep on decentralized naming service. That's an absolute necessity in the Internet of Value stack. And HNS is literally the only one doing what they're doing in regards to that utility and that use case and that service. We got XPX at 0003, 21% gains in the past week for XPX. Those who were buying in the 0002s, loving life right now. Right? Those buying in the low end 0003s, probably loving a little bit of life right now. Right? But this has still got a long way to go to be the powerhouse that it's possibly built to be. Once again, it could die tomorrow. Right? But we're investing coffee money at 0003s, making our coffee money count, getting thousands upon thousands of a CBDC text print winner digital asset that has that as a receipt to its name. Can't really say too many digital assets that have that. Oh yeah, wait, that only happened once. It's the only one that has ever done this, right? And yet it's one of the most low sentiment digital assets and definitely the lowest sentiment ISO 20022 compliance SWIFT compatible crypto that is out there right now, right? In terms of speculation, it's, looking undervalued. I don't know if there's future utility. We've just been seeing examples, though, that they're still building, post this win, releasing their storage mainnet in 2025, releasing a Sirius MX wallet, right? Beta in August. So they're building little by little. So I'm very excited to see where this one's going to go. Still liking the big star right here. We got Deep Reds, right? We'll jump into the Deep Reds in just a second. Shout out to everybody here. Much love to AM Wood, Bullish Choices, Lark Macy, My JR, L Prey. Guys, 12 likes, 19 viewers. I'm grateful to start off the Monday, with y'all. I hope you guys are having an amazing time wherever you're at. We got to jump into some Deep Reds, though. We got to go from the shallowest to the deepest. I got a long page to jump over here with you guys. So let me get a sip of water, and then we'll just start to jump into some Deep Reds. All right, cryptos that have very low sentiment that nobody's thinking about, basically, or somebody's too afraid to talk about. We go to VeChain at a penny, negative 74% down, 86 billion supply. VET is the ticker. VeChain, supply chain crypto, Dino Coin, right here. Partnerships with DNLV Group, BMW, and others, right? UFC chips being used in the gloves, right? Or VeChain chips being used in the gloves. We're seeing working mainstream use cases for their sensors. VeChain at a penny, negative 74% down. Not looking too bad to get whole numbers of that one. We can get 100 of those easy and still work our way to thousands of those, right? But VeChain I think is looking pretty good, pretty well set up right here at a penny. Reminds me of when Tron was at 2 cents forever. VeChain is giving off those same vibes. I mean, 20x is possibly in the making right here with VeChain going up to 20 plus cents, 25. Let's go to a quarter, right? With VeChain from a penny, that would be amazing in a bull cycle. We go to IOST, Internet of Service token. I think it's what it's called, right? IOST at 001, negative 78% down, 21 billion supply, looking to be the services infrastructure, calling it the Internet of Services, right? Between agents, between humans, between commerce on the internet. Interesting, token that's an ETH layer 2. Or no, it's a Binance layer 2. My bad. Binance layer 2 at 001, negative 78% down, 21 billion supply. Gray brought this crypto up not too long ago. And, at 001, 21 billion supply, we can get a good amount of that supply and see what ends up happening here with IOST. Seems very interesting for the Internet of Value, and especially, agent-driven commerce. Dude, 49ers, you want, actually, you know what? We can go into a little bit of esoteric. I might want to save this for the afternoon stream. I think I'm going to save it for the afternoon stream because you're catching me here with it, but just like a little preview with that. I mean, yeah, football, definitely lining up some esoteric stuff in terms of why, certain teams are moving forward. Yes, teams are good. Yes. But remember, football is sports entertainment, and they use the subliminals of the teams. They use the logos of the teams as subliminals for things to look forward to in the future, right? So we have, what's it called? We had the Golden Globes, right? Remember, gold is going to continue to be a big thing, guys. Gold is going to be the backbone of the future financial economy here, right? So if we're moving towards a gold-backed future, right? If we're moving towards a gold-backed future, right, then gold is playing a major part in terms of not only speculation, but in terms of the subliminals that they've been putting out. They've been putting out subliminals for gold, for a very, very long time. They're telling you gold is the damn thing. It's the main focus. It's the one, like not many people invest in gold in day-to-day life. They've done a great job of distracting people from gold while they accumulate all of it, and they're going to make you fight for drops of little specks of freaking gold, right? So if we're going into a gold-backed financial system in a cryptocurrency sort of way, the subliminals are definitely coming out there that support that with gold. We've done our esoteric streams in the late afternoons. We'll probably have a very late afternoon one today for our second stream, you guys. But we'll definitely try to jump into more of the NFL subliminals, right? 49ers playing an essential role in this, right? Steelers and 49ers, they have gold symbolism attached to them, right? Black and yellow, and then the gold, obviously, of the 49ers and their freaking name, right? You got the Bills doing well, right? The dollar bills. Notice that the Eagles got crushed by the 49ers, showing that gold is taking over fiat, right? As the, you could call it digital gold too if you want with Bitcoin and stuff. I get that, right? But gold is starting to take over right here as becoming the trusted value layer. People aren't even trusting fiat anymore. They're trusting gold. They're trusting precious metals. The phoenix is rising. Central bank digital currencies will be gold backed. This is why central banks have been accumulating and hoarding gold for a very long time. I'm bullish on silver and copper and other precious metals as well. But you're seeing those subliminals coming through, with with the way the current playoffs have been. You got the bills, the dollar bills are moving forward. You got very USA all the way, right? Kind of a role model for the the red, white, and blue teams, like the Buffalo Bills, also the dollar bills, right? And the Patriots, right? Which are very, trying to establish patriotism in the country again, believing in the country, right? They're doing well, right? Then you got the 49ers, you got the Steelers with their gold symbolism. You got the Rams, blue and gold, right? Blue and gold, right? Other people could say, other countries, I guess, that are associated with blue and gold, but blue and gold, right? It's a blue world, right? And gold's going to be behind it without a doubt. And then who else? Who are other winners of the past week? I think I'm missing one more. I think I'm missing a couple of others, but you can already see that whoever's going to the Super. Oh, are the Broncos? Are the Broncos? Oh, the Broncos are in the next. They play in the divisional, right? So you got the Broncos for the fire horse here, right? And then who do we have in the NFC? The Seahawks, right? The eco-friendly blue, green, Washington State, very tech type of state and city right there. The 12th man of the Seattle Seahawks, right? The soaring, they're the new Eagles in a way. They need a flying bird symbolism in there, right? They need, but I don't think the Seahawks go to the Super Bowl. I mean, that I could be wrong. I mean, they have to go through them in the divisional playoff, and if they win the divisional, then at home in the NFC Championship. So Seahawks are going to be a tough out, but I don't see the Seahawks going to the Super Bowl. But I can definitely understand why they made it. Texans, red, white, and blue team, right? Bull horns, right? Hopefully they win it so the bull cycle starts coming through, guys, right? I think we want the Bills and the Texans to probably be meeting in the AFC Championship just to see one of the Bulls make it to the Super Bowl, right? You'll have one red and white blue team that is a bull going to the Super Bowl. Hopefully the Texans make it, because then that'll be more, I think, of a bullish on gold, right? The Bills are the dollar bills, so it'd be bullish on fiat, right? But yeah, we'll talk more about that in the late afternoon stream. But yeah, we love the symbolism of the teams that are, because if you know football, man, football is a wild freaking game. If you've been watching it enough, injuries happen, penalties happen, so many things change, like the teams year to year. You think one team is going to be amazing this coming season, and then they get screwed by injuries, penalties, the way the schedule is, all these other factors, the way that they set it up, the way they fix games, the way they freaking, the refs really change games. One penalty of holding for 10 yards changes the whole dynamic of a freaking game. One PI, pass interference, changes the whole dynamic of a game and the momentum of a team, right? And all these teams are really good. They're all professional freaking athletes, right? So even if they think that their freaking, destiny isn't controlled by penalties and stuff like that, I mean, check it out. Like how many times the freaking refs get in the way of these freaking games, especially Super Bowl games. They get in the way of Super Bowl games a ton. Right? Start of the bull run. I certainly hope so, man. I hope one of the Bulls makes it to the Super Bowl. That'd be good. Right? I mean, this is your ideal, like, top teams, I guess, for the AFC that you would want to make it. You would want one of the Bulls, the Broncos for the fire horse here, right? And then you would want, let me see, who would be the other AFC team? We said the Broncos. And then the Steelers, right, for the gold symbolism, right? Those are the top four you would want right there. I mean, I like the Patriots. I'm down for the underdog, and the rise. That nationalism, maybe propaganda is maybe being undersold right now. Maybe they really want the Patriots, the underdogs, the ones that nobody thought could see coming. Hell, the rise of a phoenix, in a way, the death after Bill Belichick, and then the rise of a new way. Maybe. What's a good flare bag? Soldier. If you're a gray, my dude, if you want to, donate it's a donation of 99 cents, super chat, at least, to answer that question, my man. Definitely dig flare, definitely dig SGB though. Those have been in our deep reds, and very undervalued digital assets. But in terms of what's a good bag or answering a question whatsoever, man, once again, 99 cents. Super chat, or you can sign up to be a tiny green giant, which is our lowest level membership at $1.99. If you want to go higher, that's up to you, but you can ask as many questions as you like that. Bullish choices, more monkey business in the house. Shout out to you, CDTK. All right, so we jump into some of the deep reds. We talked about VeChain. All right, we talked about Internet of Sensors token. We're going into Constellation at a penny, negative 78% down. Constellation, 2.6 billion supply. People sleeping in the Constellation ecosystem, without a doubt. Data integrity for this project is second to none in this space. That makes it worth more than a penny in my eyes at that point. You got the Air Force using them, right? You got Army, U.S. Army connections with them through the Decentralized Recovery Alliance with HBAR, right? So DAG as a layer 0 OG at a penny, negative 78% down, 2.6 billion supply is looking very, very undervalued in my eyes. We go to Dragon Chain, DRGN. Got Blue Dragons on my shoulders right here. Blue Dragons at a penny, negative 79% down, 433 million supply. Very low supply for Dragon Chain, created at Disney, right? Then spun off to be a nonprofit foundation, because obviously that's what you want to do if you want to prove that you're an open source, non-centralized entity, right? But they were created at Disney, just like Interledger Protocol was created at Ripple. Centralized companies realizing, hey, you'll go farther if you're nonprofit, right, with this. And I think they're planning on going very far. They did some good things in 2017, right, when they were originally announced. I don't think sentiment has definitely fallen off, but I don't think, the utility, I don't think the building has stopped here for DRGN, and I'm very excited to see what they're going to be doing in this coming bull cycle. 1 penny, negative 79% down, 433 million supply for a blockchain as a service digital asset. We go to RSR, Peter Thiel Connections, 002, negative 79% down, 100 billion supply. This crypto can possibly be the next XRP that goes from sub-a-pennies up to multiple dollars in a bull cycle. Negative 79% down, 100 billion supply. RSR looking like a sleeper, right? Looking like an awesome sleeper of being able to accumulate so many. We can get 1,000 for $2, right? I'll take 1,000 for $2. I don't know about you. Let me turn on the AC in here. Start of the bull run. Let's go. We got Corium at 5 cents, negative 79% down, 557 million supply. Corium, or 857 million supply, Corium at 5 cents, negative 79% down. Sologenic at 15 cents. Pulsara, right? Cannot forget Sara at double zeros. Sara made a little bit of gains in the past 24 hours, but we'll see what it does up to next week, right? Very excited to see where Sara is going to go as well. People don't know about that, but they know about Corium and Solo. They don't know that Sologenic and Corium holders were airdropped Sara token, SARA, right? So I'm very excited to see where Sara is going to be going. We go to Sandbox, right? The Blue Sand, SAND. NFTs across gaming, right? Across different gaming platforms, right? Metaverse crypto. 11 cents, negative 80% down. Kind of like the adults Roblox, if you will. Sand at 11 cents, negative 80% down, 3 billion supply. We go to BDP, Big Data Protocol. Man, Big Data Protocol is such an easy snatch sometimes. Like, I don't want to get too caught up with it because it's definitely a speculative play. But when you're talking about private investment data for AI agents through Big Data Protocol and what they provide, right? AI agents are just going to continue to be a thing. They're going to need that private investment data, right? And they're going to need the big data. Big Data Protocol, BDP, at a penny, negative 81% down, 80 million supply. I repeat, 80 million supply at a penny. Like, I get 100 of these. I don't ever have to think about it again, right? Especially with that level of supply, dude. Hopefully we get some volatility out of that. Where can I pick up some Sara? I believe you can pick it up through the Sologenic DEX. OB, I believe you can get Sara through the Sologenic DEX. You can also swap for it, I think, through Zaman. And then maybe checking out if it's in the Kepler ecosystem or Kepler wallet, where you can get, it might be in the Cosmos ecosystem as well. The way you can find where cryptos are from, by the way, is you can go to livecoinwatch.com, you select on the crypto, and then you scroll down and you can see where it's been listed or where it's getting liquidity from. You can also do that with a lot of other, market, websites like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, right? Either one of those, you click on the token when you search it, right? And you go down, you scroll down, and then you see where its liquidity is, right? What exchanges support it, what platforms support it. PHX, go right to the Pulsara DEX. Oh, he's talking about, okay, there you go. Connect to your Corium wallet and swap, there you go. Where can we get some Dragon coins? Dragon Chain, DRGN, we can get through Uniswap, right? We can get Dragon Chain through Uniswap and then swap for it in our base wallet. I think you can maybe even get Dragon Chain just through the base wallet, but that's the way I've been getting some Dragons, right? And now that I have Dragon in my base wallet, I can just swap for Ethereum for Dragon Chain. I don't even have to log into Uniswap, which I love about that. The moment I get some Dragons in the base wallet, the moment I get any cryptos in that base wallet, I can swap into them, right? If they're a Binance Smart Contract address or an Ethereum address or a base wallet address. Let's see what else we got here, guys. Let's talk about PAC. PACK, hash pack at 007, negative 81% down. 1 billion supply for hash pack. Very excited to see where hash pack's going to go. Decentralized recovery crypto can provide decentralized recovery. It's one of the main wallets, if not the main wallet of the HBAR ecosystem. You earn PAC for every exchange that you do in the PAC wallet, in that HBAR ecosystem. And that's like a place, a lot of HBAR users go through PAC to access, saucer swap. Sauce, dude, the HBAR ecosystem is undervalued. Things like Sauce for saucer swap, that's like the premier DEX of the HBAR ecosystem. Sauce at like 3 cents, 4 cents, very low supply, is going to be doing some things. That's going to be a very profitable liquidity pool, is HBAR and Sauce in this next cycle, without a doubt. We got EGLD, $5.97, negative 81% down, 29 million supply. EGLD is called Multiverse X, right? Guys, I appreciate y'all hitting the likes. If we can get to 20 likes by the time I get through most of these, that would be awesome. And if we can get to 30 likes by the time we get to the end of the stream, I would be so grateful, you guys. Your support means the world. It helps us keep doing what we're doing here. Any new subscriber helps us inch closer to 6,000. We've been doing this for 9 years, right? Talking about undervalued cryptos, low sentiment cryptos. People may be tuning into the market for the very first time, never knowing what a bull cycle looks like. Right, and that's to hell, good for them. They're able to kind of experience their first bull cycle. But outside of that, having experienced a bull cycle before, I think makes you understand why the value of the deep reds is, what's so important about the deep reds to begin with, and why the value is in the deep reds. We go to EGLD, Multiverse X, at $5.97. Negative 81% down, 29 million supply. Very low supply, high throughput, high compute, unique forms of consensus, eco-friendly, right? Good scalability. It's part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance, right? So it can provide decentralized recovery. EGLD, I think, is a sleeper, $5.97. It's gone through a hell of a bear cycle. It had a good bull cycle, and then bear cycle happens and everybody's FUD'd out of it, right? So that's to our advantage as well. 29 million, $5.97. I'll get whole numbers of EGLD. Once again, these projects got to prove themselves to us, not us to them. Us throwing a ton of money at them doesn't mean like, oh, you have to go up. You have to do it. I believe in you so much. Others believe in you so much, right? No. If you believe in us and you're providing utility as a project, right, then you're going to prove it, right? You got to be investing in us, the humans, right? Not us so much over investing into you. So Rose at a penny, the blue rose on our blue castle here of blue bricks. Rose is at a penny, negative 83% down, 10 billion supply for Rose. Loving this crypto. OG privacy focused AI crypto. Very ahead of its game. Very forward thinking. project, part of the Decentralized Recovery Alliance as well. Very easy to accumulate and stake and build up staking rewards of a privacy-focused, AI-focused crypto. It's done nothing in this bear cycle. Obviously, so many cryptos have done nothing, but I think this one is very, very slept on and undervalued. The blue rose is an anomaly in nature, and rose is an anomaly in the blockchain space, without a doubt. ROSE at a penny, negative 83% down, 10 billion supply. We go to Index Coop. Index Coop, INDEX is the ticker. It's a black and white owl head logo, right, for the logo. I mean, you already know the subliminals and esoteric references with that, right? Black and white owl logo. At 48 cents, negative 83% down, a 10 million supply. I repeat, a 10 million supply for a crypto that has been up multiple dollars at an all-time high so far. 48 cents, right? Negative 83% down. Easy to get whole numbers of this 10 million supply and see what it does, right? Index is providing enterprise DeFi of very highly sought after assets. It's got XRP DeFi in it, right? And nobody really talks about Index to go to for XRP DeFi, but it's because this team is focused on the enterprise adoption of DeFi. If you look at what they're building, it's pretty impressive for crypto that's never really talked about. So at 48 cents, negative 83% down, 10 million supply, INDEX, kind of sleeping right under people's noses. And it's easy to get on Coinbase, INDEX at 48 cents. I like it under $1 right now. Being able to just get a good, quick, speculative gain. I'm not going to say quick, but, you know, I'm very excited with that level of supply at 48 cents. Like, holy cow. Let's see what Index does. AKT at 46 cents, 388 million supply. Decentralized cloud crypto in the Cosmos ecosystem, premier partner in that Cosmos ecosystem, an essential piece of that Cosmos ecosystem. AKT at 46 cents, negative 84% down, 388 million supply, liking what Akash is doing. G, did you have a look at MXI, Monero X? Yeah, Monero X has been going through a lot of, volatility, right? I think there was a hack on it over the summer, if I'm not mistaken, AM Wood, right? If we're talking about the same MXI in the XRPL ecosystem. But yeah, Monero X, very interesting. I think I'm just sticking with XRP for now. I think this one's a very low cap crypto that has very high potential. Don't get me wrong. I think even Ripple X is shouting them out or something like that, right? So might be interesting to, invest while the FUD is greatest on that. But in terms of XRPL projects that I'm just, there's a lot of good possible low caps in there. But I'm going to stick with Sologenic, Corium, hell, even Casino Coin or something like that in the XRPL ecosystem. But I just like XRP. XRP, Zahao, Evernode. I think those would be my three top choices. I mean, those are very low caps as well. If we're looking for low cap opportunity gems there, Zahao and Evernode are tremendous, right? Sologenic. But, I got to look into, maybe I got to do a second look at it. But from what I remember, they had a lot of good speculation going towards them. And then something went down over the summer. And it looks like they're recovering from that, which is good. So I got to get an update if I can. We go to W, Wormhole. Dude, Wormhole I've been very bullish and excited for. At 3 cents, negative 85% down, 10 billion supply. Wormhole interoperability player, big time, setting itself up to be one of the premier ones. You got, Quant as definitely the, de facto, it's looking like. But Wormhole is going to be having a place with what Securitize is doing. Securitize invested in by BlackRock, invested in by Ripple. Wormhole looking like a major interoperability player here. Ripple collaborating with Wormhole. You got to love that. So there's a real project here, guys. I used to say this very, a lot during 2023, and it's like we're revisiting those same type of vibes. There's a real project here, right? It's funneling millions, billions of dollars right through its interoperability layer. It is showing utility. It is proving its concept, right? And what its use case is and what it's going for. That's all you can really ask for from some of these projects, right? Are they actually fulfilling their use case and their vision, right? And so far, Wormhole is checking off those boxes. Yep, QNT, gotta love QNT. Quentin Miller in the house. What's up, dude? What's up, Jay Grim? Good to see you. Good to see you in green, my man. Lizard King in the house. What's up, Lizard King? Good to see you, my dude. All right, guys, let's keep going. We got Osmo token at 5 cents, negative 87% down. 633 million supply for Osmo in the Cosmos ecosystem. I think Cosmos ecosystem is one of the most slept on ecosystems in this space. Great DeFi, right? Amazing DeFi to take advantage of right now. Like, as long as we're in this bear cycle, Cosmos ecosystem DeFi, building up staking rewards, getting ourselves some Osmo, some AKT, some Atom token. Hell, even if you like @1 and Photon, right? We got some other ones here. Regen at 003, negative 91% down, 148 million supply, right? Regen Network doing stuff with carbon credits. Partnership with Solana and Ripple at 003, negative 91% down, 148 million supply. This crypto is built for an eco-friendly era of digital assets. It's clear as day, right? And right now, there's not that eco-friendly fervor or speculation that's coming, but it will happen, right? There's going to be things that, the climate change narrative is going to come back around. Being an eco-friendly participant is going to come back around. Making AI make humans accountable for their damage to the earth, right? Their impact. This is where IXO comes in. IXO, the blue butterfly, Internet of Impact. IXO at 002, negative 93% down, 160 million supply. A lot of these cryptos in the Cosmos ecosystem are built for a different future than the one that we're in right now. And they do have cryptos that can fulfill the future that we're in right now as well. But, they're building for, very forward-thinking type of use cases. And, they have a great example of inter-blockchain communication, right? IBC. They have a great example of interoperability in their ecosystem. They've been showing up and showing out in bull cycles, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do it again. These Cosmos ecosystem projects, they show crazy high volatility during bull cycles. We got PEAQ. So I want to be, accumulating Cosmos ecosystem assets, staking them right now, building up staking rewards. So then I just have to cash out my earned rewards instead of, undelegating my Cosmos ecosystem assets, and possibly missing out on the bull cycle because some of these take weeks to undelegate. But anyways, we go to Peak, right? Internet of Things, RWA, PEAQ at 3 cents, negative 91% down, 4.2 billion supply. This one's at the bottom of the deep reds with IXO at 002, negative 93% down, 160 million supply. And once again, those Cosmos ecosystem assets are cheap and low supply. Some of them are inflationary, right? But still very low supply, and utility is what drives the price, or speculation right now is what drives the price. But hopefully when utility is driving the price, it's going to be outpacing the level of those supplies, right? IXO at 002, negative 93% down, 160 million supply. Regen at 003, negative 91% down, 148 million supply. So very excited for these deep breads. Excited for this week. Guys, appreciate you all for tuning in for another one. If you guys have any questions as we're going out, appreciate anybody, any support to the channel as well in the description below. Thanks for hitting start earning EMBER, right? We have our wallet listings as well. We have our LOBSTR wallet. We have our base wallet. We got our Ethereum address. We got our XPX addresses, right? The native address and the Binance smart contract address and our Merc store. If you're using EMBER app, using the referral code helps you earn extra Bitcoin while you're mining Bitcoin from your phone. How do you do it? You hit start earning Bitcoin on the EMBER app. You'll watch an ad. You don't even have to watch it. You just close the app after the ad pops up. Close the app, open it back up, hit start earning Bitcoin, and then you're earning without, and saving 40 seconds of your life and then just earning Satoshis as you go about your day until the next 24 hours, right? Rinse, wash, and repeat. Just earning Satoshis that can earn us other blue chip cryptos, right? That we can convert into blue chip cryptos. And hell, these Satoshis may one day be very, very valuable if Bitcoin is going to $1 million, right? Thoughts on Clarity Act? Don't know too much about it, so we'll see the impact of it, but I'm going to assume that this happens and then it's like a year out where it really takes effect. I don't know if it takes effect right away, but hey, maybe that's what helps us get started in this fire horse year. It's very appropriate, by the way, to have something called the Clarity Act going into 2026, going into the year of the sun where everything is going to be transparent, right? Demand of transparency, right, is going to be big here in 2026, right? So I'm not surprised, that we have this act coming out, but I also don't, so far the way we have seen acts become, they don't, and I could be wrong. Once again, I live in my own little bubble over here, right? I try to keep myself like, I just look at cryptos and study their tech and look at their, releases, and that's about it. I don't really look at, news that's outside of crypto, really, or any global news or anything. I am very ignorant in my own little bubble out here. Just because I don't know what the real truth is. I don't know avenues to find the real truth. Everybody's a talking head. Everybody's got their own perspective. Everybody's got their own truth, right? And, I just believe in personal experience right now as the thing. Like, it's just, my main focus is just, what do I actually know? Where have my 2 feet actually have been? What have my eyes actually have seen? And even at that point, that is really deceiving. You're extending your trust in the belief of something outside of yourself, right? So I just try to be more selective with what I choose to believe as truth instead of just right away going, hey, this is the truth. I know better than you. I'm smarter. Oh, look at this website. Look at what AI says. Look at what this does, right? Look how cool I am on my computer. Look how cool I am when I use this phone, right? Look how intelligent I seem when I'm using my computer and phone, right? I got the latest tech. I got the most upgraded thing, right? Trying to make life more about, knowledge through experience. I think the Clarity Act is going to give more of a front row for stablecoins. Yeah, probably. Hell, it's all about boosting the dollar, right? They want to make the dollar stronger. They want to make faith in fiat stronger. How do they do it? Right? Doing things like this and going to a gold-backed financial system, man. Reestablishing the trust in the value layer, right? People still use fiat, guys. People still choose to use fiat more often than not, right? Still dude, as long as crypto's been around, it's still been slow going. And why is that? Because people still choose to use fiat over and over again for payments. Why is that? Because the gatekeepers keep it that way. How do you make payments, right? What allows you to make the payment? The merchants, the swipe, the tap and pay, right? Hell, you can use your Uphold card. I mean, dude, until Coinbase and Uphold and, some of these neobanks really start to allow tap and pay, with crypto, that's where it's going to change, right? Where you start seeing crypto. You can use whatever form of payment that you want, right? It's going to be converted into the national CBDC. You can be coming from any part of the globe, right? Go to a payment, device, tap your phone, or you just scan your retina or whatever. The payment gets made. It gets converted into the national CBDC, right? That's what regulators are going to demand from the merchants, from people who have businesses. Okay, well, your revenue is going to be still written down as fiat, right? It's going to still be written down as the central bank digital currency, the national currency, right? That's the way they have to report things, right? Tomorrow, will the Bitcoin community start buying Bitcoin in 5 days forward? World free speech, I wish I could answer that question, but once again, 99 cent base super chat, right, for any questions from Grays or any Blue Wrenches. If you guys want to sign up for Green Giant status, right, we have available, you sign up to be a Green Giant, you can ask any questions you'd like. As many questions as you want. Just plug in and make your payment, leaving the rest up to us. Yep, exactly. Right? Hey, as long as you're doing the tap and pay and there's a transaction going on, it gets converted into the CBDC, right? That's how the merchants will receive things. The payment service providers will receive things. That's how they'll mark it down, right? This is how fiat is going to become stronger than ever. When you have machine-to-machine payments, right? Or you are the payment, right? As NTT data says, in the future, you are the payment, right? So if you are the payment, right? Do you even have a choice in the crypto, or do you set up with what blockchain you want to be using? See, this is why it's hard to see crypto becoming like the main payment thing, because if it's just going to be fiat and central banks, crypto will just be great as, like stocks, right? It'll just become the new age of stocks where you're investing in infrastructure. And by that time, the infrastructure is going to be well established where the volatility isn't going to be like it is today, right? That's why they say higher price XRP, more stability, more security, right? Efficient FX, efficient remittances. Have to use very little amounts of XRP, hard to hack when you have it going through ISO 20022 data and doing micro packets of payments through the Internet of Value, right? Through the Interledger protocol. But guys, the news that we went over today, Aqua One Foundation, known for investing $100 million into World Liberty Financial, Trump's World Liberty Financial, he has invested in Naoris. Gotta love Naoris, dude, coming, very low cap crypto that nobody talks about, right? But you got, some people looking in now, some people looking into this cybersecurity, post-quantum standard crypto. We got Google unveiling Universal Commerce Protocol, UCP, allowing shoppers to buy through AI chatbots and search interfaces. Bye-bye websites. Bye-bye.com. Well, you're going to probably still have websites, right? But bye-bye visiting websites anymore. You're just going to go through your AI chatbot for everything. Hey, AI bot. Hey, AI agent. Can you do this for me? Can you purchase this for me? Thanks. Just find a way to get it for me. I want this item. Wherever it's available for this type of price, this is my price range. Please make it happen. I would love to have this item by today if possible. Oh, I have to wait 3 days. That's totally fine, right? You'll get all your shipping options, same day delivery, a drone drops it off for you, right? Everything brought to you, right? You're going to not have to work for anything. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that what we've been asking for, right? You're not going to have to work for anything. You won't have to put effort into anything. The robots will just do everything for you. You just keep being that battery of data feeding the robots, right? Gee, did you see the Sol X news? I guess I might have missed out on that. What is the Sol X news, AM Wood? Please tell me. Panos, VeChain, and Krippenreiter interview today. Seriously, they were talking not good, guys. I suggest you listen if you think XRP is doing good. My biggest holding. Once again, these are talking heads. I don't care about talking heads outside of the direct representatives of Ripple or, regulators around Ripple, right? Regulators that are dealing with Ripple. I really don't care about any other talking heads outside of that, right? It's good to be listening to opinions and other perspectives, but sometimes it gets really cloudy and it just goes back to the base, man. It goes back to the base. What is the technology doing? What it has been doing? What it has proven over time, right? And the scarcity of it, right? It's always going to be 99.9 billion XRP. No matter what news fluctuates, that's set in the algorithm. There will only ever be that many digital assets or digital, XRP, and it's focused on settlement. It's focused on a very important settlement that a lot of things and people and distractions will try to FUD you out of, right? To me, I'll keep hodling, right? I'm just going to keep hodling through until the era of micropayments finally freaking happens, until Interledger protocol is widely adopted. And Interledger protocol has the best chance right now of being the most successful instant payment scheme for the Internet of Value. And what's going to be the base digital asset for that to allow for standard settlement? XRP, right? So until those developments start going, or if they go in a completely other direction, right? I need to hear from the heads. I need to hear from David Schwartz that it's not good anymore. I need to hear from Brad Garlinghouse that it's not good anymore. I need to hear from freaking Chris Larson, right? CNBC talks about XRP. Nice. I mean, these are talking heads, man. I already know what I know about freaking XRP. It's bullish. It's exciting. I need price to start moving. I need freaking utility to start coming through. I need to start seeing an era of micropayments freaking happening, man. I've been waiting for streaming payments for such a damn long time. We had it. We had it for a tidbit with Coil. If you guys remember the Coil days, right? Interledger Protocol's little sandbox showing what Interledger could do, right? Let's get back to that. Why did we take that away? Why did we take something that was so useful away? Something that people can sign up for and then support other content creators in micropayments with their attention, right? Why would they take that away? Because they're building it out for full-on internet level, right? They don't want it to be this web extension that everybody's on. They want people paying their internet service providers. And then what you're paying your internet service provider monthly allows you access to everything in the internet. Streaming, right? YouTube's, streaming micropayments to all these different content creators, right? Can't wait. Shout out to everybody here. Much love to the foundation. Can only watch so many talking heads, man. At the end of the day, they're just saying this crypto's good or bad, right? You break it down to the base of the intention. What is this person trying to say? Are these people directly connected to this project in any way, shape, and form? What level are they directly connected at, right? But all in all, I just like looking at the tech. I like just basing my investment on the tech, not off of what a talking head says, right? I look into the tech. What is its use case? How important is this use case? Is it an absolutely necessary use case? Is this a big solver of problems that can't be done any other way by enterprises? Right? Does it have to be blockchain based? Does it have to be decentralized? Does it have to, meet certain cryptographic standards? Shout out to Devin or Devwoo. Devwoes. I think Devwoos. Good to see you, man. What's your take on XDC? XDC is one of the foundational settlement layer cryptos. There's about 4, right? There's only 4 digital assets that have been acknowledged by the BIS, G20, and Monetary Authority of Singapore as being able to effectively, transfer, distribute, and execute CBDC infrastructure, right? And CBDCs, end-to-end CBDC production, right? There's only been 4, and they're X's. It's XRP, XLM, XDC, and the winner of that CBDC tech sprint was XPX. But those 4 were considered finalists. They were good enough, right, to be considered by the BIS, G20, and Monetary Authority of Singapore. That's big. So I'm very excited for XDC as a trade finance settlement layer. Tokenization layer too. Not many people talk about XDC and tokenization. Everybody likes, and they know this, guys. This is how they fool so many investors. Everybody likes getting constant activity from the things they believe in, right? They love getting consistent activity from the things they believe in. They love getting X posts about their token every day. They love, marketing, right? Or the marketing of a project. They love hearing public announcements over and over and over again, right? They know, the people who manipulate this market know that most people gravitate towards those things. They don't gravitate towards the tech. Remember, what did Chris Hutchins say? Or, or David Hutchins or something, right? The value is in the protocol. The price is a distraction. No truer than in this space right here. The price is a distraction. It's the value in the protocol. That's how we were able to invest in SHX at triple zeros and talked about that daily, right? When it was at triple zeros in 2023, it was our deep red poster boy, right? And look at what that crypto has done since then. went up to 3 pennies, went up to a penny, has been announced as a Notcha preferred partner for the ISO 20022 network experience. This is a big deal. Shout out to everybody here. Much love. Yeah, XCD is solid for sure. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Guys, shout out to everybody here. Appreciate you all tuning in for another hour. Here, we're going to try to come back for a late afternoon stream with y'all for part 2. I'm so grateful to everybody who jumped on in. We talked deep reds. We talked some news. And if you guys didn't see that earlier, I recommend rewinding back. We went over deep reds like VeChain at a penny, negative 70 or 60 or 74% down, 86 billion supply. DAG at a penny, negative 78% down, 2.6 billion supply. EGLD at $5.97, negative 81% down, 29 million supply. Rose at a penny, negative 83% down, 10 billion supply. Wormhole at 3 pennies, negative 85% down, 10 billion supply. Right? We talked about Naoris, XPX. Very excited for this digital asset space in general, guys. Very bullish. The longer they keep going sideways, the longer they keep dumping it, the longer they keep it boring, the more excited I'm going to be when the bull cycle comes around, and everyone's excited. I'm going to be excited for different reasons. People are going to take that as a sign to continue investing. For us, it's going to be a sign of we got options now. It's time for us to start making some profits here, building up ammunition for the next bear, right? Changing our lives, making profits, not focusing on accumulating when it's going bullish. Aqua at 0005, unbelievable. Well, it's Amwood, it is called Aqua One Foundation. Let's not associate it with the Aqua token from XLM. But the Aqua One Foundation, right, known for investing $100 million in WLF, has invested into this quiet, low-cap crypto, Naoris. Right, Naoris is one of my favorite plays right now going in. XPX, Naoris, HNS, Rose. There's a good handful. The X cryptos, man. Tezos, XX Network at a penny. 1 billion supply, XDC, XLM, XRP, right? The Decentralized Recovery Alliance, HBAR, ALGO, ADA, right? DAG, PAC, right? That HBAR ecosystem, that XLM ecosystem, that Cosmos ecosystem. I'm taking advantage of it all, man. Avalanche ecosystem, SUI, let's go. Coffee Money, Marty, appreciate that, man. Shout out to you, brother. Thanks for jumping on in. Much love to all of y'all. You guys are amazing. On the way out, I appreciate that. Can we hit a like for Marty's donation right there, guys? I appreciate y'all. Amwood, still no need to track down Naoris. Still need to track down Naoris. Is their preferred wallet for Naoris? So far, I'm holding it into my base, but I'll try to see if there is a preferred wallet. That's a great question. All right, guys. Thanks so much for jumping on in for another stream. I'll see you guys in the late afternoon, somewhere around probably 6 p.m. PST, maybe 5:30 p.m. PST, depending on how we go here. I am so grateful to all of y'all. Thank you so much to the Blue Foundation. Always grateful. Thanks for start earning Bitcoin on your EMBER app. Thanks for any donations to our wallet addresses in the description below. And thanks for anybody visiting the Merc store. I am so grateful. Always. Thank you, Blue Foundation. Thank you, Green Giants. And thank you, Deep Red Alliance. The future is distributed ledger technology, and the future is bright. Our future is bright. We got the golden eyes, and we keep it crypto. As you guys know, I'll see you guys in the Blue Castle. Much love. Adios.